Hi, this is Grandma Laurie. Today's story is Sneaky Pete's Bonanza. Mom's backyard was heaven on earth to Sneaky Pete. There were plenty of acorns and birdseed most of the year. This year, though, it was a bumper crop. Sneaky Pete got up one morning determined to start collecting acorns for the winter. Yes, summer had just begun, but you can never start preparing for winter too early, especially when there are a few squirrels in the trees at a time. Sneaky Pete ran around the backyard gathering acorns into a big pile. He was going to bury some all over the backyard in places no one would ever look. That way he could share with his brother Reggie during the winter. If he had them all in the same place, he knew he and Reggie would eat all of them in one go. After gathering the acorns into one place, Pete decided to go upstairs to his house and take a break. As he sat in his recliner, he heard something. He looked out the window and saw Max, the super large dachshund, sniffing around the backyard. During his morning constitutional, as Grandma calls it, Max loved to eat all kinds of things. Birdseed, grass, acorns, whatever he could find that seemed edible. Pete watched in horror as Max approached the pile of acorns. Oh no, he was eating one! Sneaky Pete ran down the tree to the top of the fence. Hey! Stop eating my acorns! Pete yelled at Max. Max looked up and said, "They don't have your name on them, but thank you for gathering them all up into a pile for me." "Those are not for you! They're my winter stash," said Pete. Inside the house, Grandma called Mom over. "I think Sneaky Pete is annoyed at Max," she said. Mom looked out the window when she heard Sneaky Pete's chattering. "I'd better go fix this before someone gets hurt," Mom said. Mom opened the door, being careful not to let the other dogs out. She walked over to where Max and the acorn pile were and looked at Pete. "Pete, Max isn't going to eat all your acorns. Doesn't he usually just take one or two in the morning?" she said. "But he's going to eat all of them before I get them buried," Pete chattered back at Mom. "You need to share, not just with the other squirrels, but with everyone who lives in this backyard." Mom was quite stern. Pete looked at Mom, then at Max. He wasn't going to win this argument. And Mom was right. He and Reggie rarely ate all the acorns they gathered, so Max eating a few a day wouldn't hurt. Sneaky Pete looked at Mom again, then turned to go upstairs. A while later, Sneaky Pete came down once he knew all the dogs were in the house. He went to look for his acorn pile when he saw an even bigger pile of acorns. While Pete was taking a break, Mom came out and raked a bunch of acorns into a huge pile. It looked like for every acorn Max ate, Mom had piled up 3. Pete and Reggie would definitely eat well this winter. Sneaky Pete made his way over to the back porch, jumped up on one of the chairs and started chattering at the window. When he saw Mom, he said, Thank you, you're wonderful." Mom looked up when she heard the chattering and smiled. "You're very welcome, Pete." Then Pete's view of Mom was interrupted by a pair of yellow eyes looking back at him through the window. It was the Dowager. "Time to skedaddle," said Pete, turning and running back up to his house. This has been Grandma Laurie. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll put a link to all the illustrations in the description box below. Thank you.